Business with a servant's heart. Welcome to the podcast. Inspiration, motivation takes. Listen to the podcast. We're all about to talk about life. Our guests will share their life story. We want you to success in life and business. We're ready and we will start shortly. We're gonna talk about life. We're going to speak on business. You're gonna shine bright. We are going to witness. Business with a servant's heart. With hosts Steve, Ramon, and Ray. Inspiration, education talks. Listen to the podcast.
BrainShare Business Mentors proudly presents BrainShare.us, the ultimate business education platform, delivering the proven systems, processes, tools, and knowledge that empower you to build the business of your dreams. With 13 high-powered courses encompassing over 240 lessons accessed online on your schedule. Running a business is the hardest thing you'll ever do. We've helped thousands of business owners gain the leadership, communication, and business skills needed to build the business of their dreams. We can help you. Choose your learning path. Scuba Squad is the premier membership program for today's business leaders with access to all BrainShare material and double our money-back guarantee. BrainShare Basics, the ultimate business framework course, a hard-hitting 13-week program to lay the necessary foundation to build the business of your dreams. Or take individual courses as you need them. Every course has dozens of lessons, with video, practical exercises, precise documentation, and the opportunity for direct feedback from a BrainShare mentor. All programs have our exclusive 30-day money-back guarantee. No questions asked, don't wait. Choose your path and start today.
Welcome to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. Doing business and life with a purpose. Serving others and achieving success. I'm your host, Steve Ramona. We created this show for you because we want everyone to be motivated, inspired, and educated to learn how to do business and life to make an impact in the world. When you have a servant's heart, you will make an impact. It might be small, it might be big, but just make an impact. While you're listening to my awesome guest today, I want you to, how will you serve today? And what impact will you create from that service? Go out and do it. Go help someone with their groceries, give a homeless man soup, whatever it is. Go serve today and tell me how your life changes. I want to thank my two sponsors, BrainShare.us and PitchDB. BrainShare.us, build a business that works with you. Discover how to create a self-sustaining business that thrives even in your absence. You can have a business that doesn't tie you down, will guide you through the steps to build an enterprise to operate smoothly without your constant oversight. Visit BrainShare.us to learn how to set the foundations for a business that stands the test of time. With BrainShare business mentors, they can build a business that works without you. Powerful. And PitchDB. PitchDB is successfully can connect you with 11,000 conferences, over 3 million podcasts to be a guest and build your thought leader platform and scale your business. Increase your network and build your expertise. With that being said, my guest is all the way in Africa, so this is an international podcast, and I love these. And this gentleman is a true servant, and he's serving in many different ways, and you're going to learn how. And I'm not going to say this right, but I'm going to give it a shot. Welcome to the show, Adedoyin.
Well, good afternoon, Steve. Thank you very much for inviting me, and I'm also very happy to be here.
So you're passionate about Africa. What part of Africa do you live?
I live in Nigeria.
Nigeria. What was your desire or passion to build Greengrove Africa?
Oh, great. So I think to put it in very short and concise manner is a fact that on one side, Africa has a lot of development gaps and deficits that is trying to really catch up from governmental action, from even the private sector. Everyone is trying to see how Africa can really catch up with the development process. However, on the other hand, the methods, the approach that they're trying, approach that are already being used, that have already been used in developed nations, and from studies and from learning from practice, it's been seen that there are a lot of issues, particularly about environmental impact, about that emanates from such approaches. So Africa trying to adopt approaches that the West or the global North used and that caused catastrophe, which we are facing today, such as climate change and other nature-based disasters. I felt that may not be the right way. However, I'm not saying that because some of these new approaches are still new technologies and then they are still emerging, all the questions around them have not been sorted. So even the global North is still trying to find a way around it. So asking Africa to limit itself to those green technologies that are still emerging might be a way of slowing Africa down. So rather, even though I desire that Africa should start on the right path, on a better path than the old path, yet I believe that it's a transition. So basically, not just saying we are going green, usually because people say, oh, go green. Africa is already green if it's just about being green. In terms of forest population in the world, Africa has that. But rather growing green, such that Africa is growing economically, socially. So so sort of trying to bring together the social dimension of development, economic dimension, and environmental dimension as integrated solution. And I'll give you this illustration. All over the world, I think there is no nation of the world that gives 10% of its budget to environment, to fight climate change, or nobody does that. Now, let's assume there is this fantastic nation that gives 10% of its budget to sponsor for environmental activities, to fight climate change and things like that. And he says, oh, yes, we're already doing fantastic. 10% of our budget goes into environment. And he says that's all. That's expanding the environmental portfolio, which is fantastic, which we have to do. But if we do that, and then we say that's everything we are doing to solve the climate problem and things like that, then we would have been doing almost a very negligible effort. Because I'll tell you, if 10% go for environment or fighting climate change, it means 90% goes for every other sector, including education, including transport, including construction, including entertainment and things like that. And because we don't pay attention to those sectors in terms of their environmental friendliness, so we'll be using 90% of our budget to create the problems, and we use 10% to solve the problems. So that will not be the way to go. So what we're trying to do is now to see that, and maybe I had one thing to that, is the fact that nobody's addressing climate issues, nobody's addressing environmental issues because we love the environment. That's the truth. We care about climate because climate impacts our livelihood. Climate impacts our business. Even it doesn't impact some businesses, for instance, some people, if the claim doesn't impact them, it impacts the environment. It impacts their comfort. You understand? So everybody cares about the environment because the environment is us. The environment determines our limits and things like that. Yeah. So basically, if all these other sectors, education, transport, construction, are the cause of the problem of climate, the cause of climate problem is not environment, it's from other sectors. If the cause is from other sectors, then the solution actually lies there. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't expand environmental portfolio. We need to do that on one side. But we need to also look more into, in fact, I believe that the biggest environmental solution lies in other sectors. So there can be incremental changes if we keep increasing the environmental portfolio, but the transformational change is going to happen by transforming those sectors, such that each sector, the health is environmental friendly, construction is environmental friendly, transport is environmental friendly. So basically, looking at the social sector, economic sectors, and then infusing the environmental pillar into it with integrated solutions. Yeah. Integrated because they have to be all together, not, oh, we are causing problem here and then we are just building some forest there to address the solution. That we build, we plant trees, that's all right. But that's environmental initiative. For me, Green Growth Initiative has to do with initiatives that in itself is awesome, totally environmental friendly, even while serving social and economic good. I don't know if I explained that properly.
No, you did. No, and it's, It sounds like you're building awareness, starting with Africa and moving it across the globe, correct?
Yeah. Basically, our work, our operation is global. So we leverage capacities in the US and in Canada, in Italy, and all that. But our place of target, first of all, for now, is Africa. So we've worked about, our initiatives have impact in about 22 African countries already. And by the way, I forgot to give you an example. The building where I'm staying now, where I'm speaking to you from, is our office in Nigeria. It's going to be commissioned later this year. It's completely a green building. Built no brick at all. Built completely from waste plastic bottle. Wow. So yeah, built completely, and it's running 100% on solar energy. So initiatives like that, where we're solving, accommodation problem, whether for office or, and we're reducing carbon emission, because if you check in the construction industry, cement accounts for the highest carbon intensive component, about 16% of carbon emissions. So we're able to reduce that drastically on this building. We're able to also take away a lot of waste plastic that would have been there for 400 years in the sea, and then causing problem for the sea animals and things like that.
Yeah.
We're able to take it up from the street, and we're using that to create economic value, because we're operating our office here. That's it, economic capital. And of course, social capital, because we're able to bring people together to work together. The place accommodated and all that. So, so that's a green growth solution, sort of, that encompasses all the three pillars of development.
Yeah. People asset is what I talk about in business, in the servant heart. We're in a people asset business. Sounds like that's what you're doing. Like, Africa in a whole is a poor country, but growing. Is your incentives going to help Africa? You said economically, but help Africa grow out of this being poor and being more economically friendly, is probably the word that comes to me. Is that some of your goals as well? Because that's powerful.
Thank you so much. So two things you have mentioned, which I'll address quickly. One, Africa being poor, and then Africa, it's a country. Africa is not a country, first of all. It's a continent with 54 countries. And each of these countries have their diversity. It's I can tell you for sure, there are so many African countries I've not been to myself, even though our work has gone ahead of me. Yeah. That's one. Then Africa being poor. Now, actually, Africa needs to catch up on development process. So for me, I think that Africa is performing very poorly in terms of development, but Africa is not poor. In fact, I have a saying, I have a quote I coined. I was invited to speak where the Prime Minister of Italy and some EU commissioners were there, 2018. And I said, Africa is too rich to be poor. I choose to act. Now, wow. Africa is too rich to be poor. Like, a lot of resources that are being leveraged globally today are from Africa. So in the global north, I lived in Italy for about 6 years. In the global north, we eat a lot of chocolates. Where do those chocolates come from? West Africa accounts for about 97% of cocoa production in the world.
Wow.
But only about 5% of the total economic value of chocolates get back to West Africa.
Wow.
So, yeah, Africa is not poor. The only thing is that there are a lot of imbalances in the system, both from external agents and a lot within Africa itself. Take, for instance, African leaders. I think leadership is an issue in Africa. Take, for instance, I see no reason why we should export our cocoa as raw materials. Mm-hmm. For as long as Africa exports its resources as raw materials, Africa will seem to be poor. Africa, we're exporting. When you export the cocoa, you're exporting jobs.
Yeah.
You're exporting knowledge. You're exporting technology. Because I'll tell you, let's assume there's a product in Africa today that even the world, nobody has the technology for it. But as far as the resources there and you export it out, then you are leaving the research, the thinking, the innovation to those who are exporting them. Why don't we? Why do African nations, for instance, have to even export their I mean, even though I don't like crude too much, if they have to export their crude and then buy it back as refined, as refined products. So for me, Africa is not poor. Poverty is not on the table. Only that it seems to be poor, and people live in poverty because of poverty of leadership. I think what we have is rather poverty of leadership. In terms of resource, I think Africa is one of the most blessed continents in the world. So now to answer your question properly, yes. So I'll put it this way. If you look at the word Greengrove Africa, so Greengrove is a development concept. We are not the one that coined it. You know, it's all about like green economy. So if you look at Greengrove, it's a noun phrase. Noun phrase, the noun there is the growth, is the keyword. And then the green qualifies the word growth. So what we are doing, we are a development organization, actually. Only that we want to ensure that development solutions that we create, we support, we innovate, are green, so that they contribute, we have more nature positive, climate resilient, and things like that. Yeah, so we definitely are very keen about addressing issue of seeming poverty in the land.
So you oversee, make sure everything's green properly, like the building you're in. Because I know people say they're green and they really are not green. I know that, right? You're smiling. You've seen that yourself, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of greenwashing here and there, but we call it greenwashing. You know, just say everything is green. For instance, a report came out recently from the US, where a lot of companies that say they are recycling and all of that. There was an investigation by, I think, Climate Integrity Group or something. The US did an investigation, and they saw very clearly that these guys are many of the guys that actually advertise that they are recycle nothing. They find their reports and they say recycling is an expensive and tedious process, so they don't do it.
Yeah.
That's,
oh my God, that is you. You're a smart guy, man. You're intelligent, because you said something that really caught my ear, and I want the audience to get it. Poverty of leadership.
Yep.
The great phrase. Tell me what a servant leader or a rich leadership is, in your eyes, their characteristics.
Thank you. So when you talk about leadership, number one is that we're going to see it first of all from you. Every nation gets the leader that they deserve, either good or bad. And the leader we're going to have tomorrow in Nigeria will not be an angel from heaven. It will be one of us on the streets. So, and when you get there, position does not change you. It only enhances and reveals more of what is inside of you. Poverty, wealth, opportunities, and lack of it does not change you. You are who you are. Only that, you know, somebody, if I to say it very well, we can't really know who you are until you have opportunity to fund your crime. There are a lot of crime and wrong things you want to do today, but because you are poor, you can't afford it. Even if you want to drink, if you don't have money for it, maybe you suffer only to get 1 square meal a day. But when you have affluence, when you have opportunities, when you're in the leadership position, and we see how you have, you know, that's when you say you're cautious or something. But for me, leadership, it's first of all a reflection of who you are as a person, how you have lived. We can't, I mean, we can't expect a miracle from a guy, from someone who lived on the street doing a lot of rubbish, and then because he has opportunity to be president, he's going to do better. He's not going to do better. Advisors can be there, but it's to still be him. But for me, what I look for in leadership, impact. That's all. Impact. And when we look at impact, look at what's level of impact you can have, on people, what extent, level, extent, and dimensions of those impact. And some people, I mean, particularly as we found in, unfortunately, many developing countries, where presidents get there and they make impact, but only in their family. You know, their family are only the people that enjoy the money and all of that. No. But you're going to find people driven with passion, with vision. And, you know, for me, I wish, you know, the system of leadership and attaining leadership in developing nations have been so much encumbered, such that even the right minds are not privileged to be leaders. Take, for instance, to go into politics. The system has been so constrained that even if you have the right thinking, you have right thinking before you join the system. But I see politics, for instance, as a channel. At the time you are joining, you have this very good passion, good dreams, good vision for your people. And then by the time you come into the system, it takes maybe 3-4 years to be in the system, to pass through that channel and emerge as a leader. Before you ever emerge as anything relevant, most likely it's often that the mind would have been changed by that conduit of the system. That's why, in fact, I should mention that when we're starting this organization, because I happen to have a political background, sort of. So I wanted to challenge the status quo to say, I want to showcase to people that you can actually make impact without being in politics. Of course, tomorrow I can go into politics, no problem. But this was many years ago. I felt that I want to show that you don't actually have to get a position before you can make impact on people. And today, I think we can speak of, for one of our programs alone, we can speak about 8,000 students who are equipped, not awareness. These students, we work with students to drive innovation, to come up with innovation, several award-winning innovations in Ghana, in Cameroon, in Kenya, in Rwanda, in South Africa, in Nigeria, so many of them. Many of the videos on your YouTube, and this is just also one of the things that we have done. So for one of our programs, we can talk about 8,000 students in high schools. For another program, we can talk about 178 PhD and masters holders today in 55 universities across 22 African countries. Let alone several media engagements that we have used to influence policy. Recently, we came up, one of the state governments in Nigeria came up with a policy that we felt that even though it's good intended, but the implementation was not going to be correct, it's going to harm the policy itself. There will be policy constraints. So we went and then we wrote a press release and published on newspapers, and the government needed to us. So for me, those are measures of impact without necessarily being voted for and all of that. And then, I wish, and that was what I was trying to say about, oftentimes the system has been construed such that right-thinking people don't get there. I wish that we don't have to look at political leaders. We don't have to look and get them to power. People who already have political strength. But let's go on the street. Let's go into the township and see guys who have on their own, before you can say, oh, let me be the state governor, let me be president, let me be a senator. I want to see, first of all, what you have done with your life. I want to see what you have done also with your own privileges and opportunities for the people. If you really care about the people, if it's a passion for you, you would have demonstrated it over the years. It's okay to make profit out of it. That's no problem if yours is profit-oriented. But either profit-oriented or not profit-oriented, we want to see how your approach, your thinking is people-centered. So if you ask me, I'll say impact and people-centeredness. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. You'd be a great politician, but I'm glad you're not in politics because you can make much bigger impact.
Yeah, I'm not excluding politics out of my career if it happens to be so in the future. It's not an ambition. If, for instance, there is privilege and I'm asked to do so, and I see that there is sort of reasonable, and also, of course, it's going to be a lot of conditions, really, because I've learned from leaders who were right-thinking people. They were doing great for themselves until they came into politics. It changed the whole story for them. So there are certain things that have to be right, for instance, since it's not a dream, it's not an ambition of I want to be this, fine. If they're able to meet to my terms, and that's fine, no problem, we'll go together, I can do politics. But if it's going to be the dirty system I used to see up and down, here and there, I'd rather remain here. We have a lot of vision. We have big vision of starting so many initiatives. By the way, I actually relocated back to Nigeria from Italy on my own.
Wow.
Which is quite... I should make you happy to make you laugh, Yeah. My parents didn't want me to come back. Not aware I'm in the country. I returned November 1st. This is February. They're not aware I'm in the country.
Wow.
Because they don't, the economic situation in Nigeria is so terrible and everybody's afraid. Security is an issue. And already I had privilege of being abroad for quite some years, and everybody say, okay, at least he's fine. We're not bothered about security and all that. But now I decided to come back because I think that I can make more impact
in the country.
being in
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that when I'm there, yeah, I was doing a lot of stuff. I started the non-profit Greengrove Africa when I was in Italy, and it was based in Nigeria and operating remotely. But I saw that I'll do more if I'm back, and that's obvious. Just that we came, we're able to complete this building. We got a whole street, a new street, a street in a community named after Greengrove. It's Greengrove Avenue.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I can send you some pictures later.
Yeah, please do.
For us, it's a way of educating the people. So everybody on the street, immediately we mounted, because we had to collaborate with the government and the community leaders, and they approved it. The day we mounted the pole, this is Greenwood Avenue, 2 persons asked me on the spot, what is the meaning of Greenwood? And that's all I want to achieve.
Yeah.
It means that everyone who sees it will ask, what is Greengrove? And then we tell them about new development thinking, where when they are, whatever they are doing, whatever the business activity they are doing, whatever lifestyle they are doing, they can still achieve the same purpose, the same objective, while still doing it in an environmental friendly way. That's all.
Yeah, it's such awareness. You're so powerful. We're running out of time, but the most important question to me is, what does the future look like for Greengrove Africa?
Thank you so much. The future is very big. If it doesn't work with it, I will not have come back from Italy, for sure.
Yeah.
I worked for university. I did my PhD in Polytechnic di Milano, and I had the privilege of having a very fantastic boss, Professor Manana Colombo. She supported me, and then I started working with her. I had a very comfortable life. So if the vision is not big enough, I will not leave the best technical university in Italy to come back to Nigeria. So I'm sure about it. I'm confident about the vision. For instance, we have a new initiative. We have new technology initiative we are launching, mobile hub and a mobile platform. Digital platform with a mobile hub that we have built. We're also going to be setting up some institutions. We're in Ibadan, Nigeria, which is at the center. Which is at the southwestern part of Nigeria, close to Lagos, in case you're in Lagos. But because we'll be doing a lot of stuff with policymakers, so we're already planning to make effort to also have an office and build some institutions at the Federal Capital Territory, which is the capital city of Nigeria, in Abuja. And with what we're doing, we actually have strategized. Our strategy has focused on people. So thus far, we have focused more on youth. The impact of those we are empowering now in secondary school, in universities, will be when they have gotten job and then they are in influential positions to really make impacts. They're making impact now, but the main impact will come in years to come. So that's for us a bottom-up approach, but top-down approach also, so that we're targeting, engaging with policymakers, with people already in power, people in government, people, leaders of businesses. So we have some initiatives also around that. Later this year, we'll be organizing an event, hosting all these various stakeholders together to initiate the process. So the vision is quite big. We have some new fantastic initiatives coming up. And we, of course, always looking for partners. So I welcome new partners. Yeah.
No, this is a big project, a powerful, impactful project. And I'm so happy that you're on. How can people support you?
Oh, great. First, partnership, like I've mentioned, partnership in forms of, we actually look forward to having organizations that buy into our vision. There is partnership on projects. Oh, we like this project, and then we can support. We appreciate that. We have quite a number of that. We've been running with that, but we're scaling to see how organizations, institutions, and even foundations, development partners can partner with our vision. We have our strategy that shows where we are going and what we want to do and part to it. So sort of partnering at organizational levels, such that whatever impact we are making, they can also be credited for it. You understand? Whichever program that we do. And also there are also opportunities to also partner at project level. We have different projects, different programs that people can use to, through which they can, at which level they can partner. Also about, not only about funding, that's about funding, but for instance, we're building some institutions. This building will be commissioned in a couple of months, and we're going to do a lot of media engagement and all of that. So also they can get value for some of those things. But even beyond the values of maybe publicity and all of that, also that, I know that there are organizations and people, stakeholders who really want to see the dream, the vision of this sustainable future, so they can partner into that vision. And also, it's not only about funding. There are a lot of access to platforms. Maybe there are conference, people that do conferences, for instance. They give us platforms, for instance, where we are able to share what we're doing, share the vision, engage with the people, and particularly engage with influential leaders. That's already something. So it's not only about funding. And we have our website at thegreengrowth.org, thegreengrowth.org. My email is Adedoyin at thegreengrowth.org. Social media handle at greengrowth.org, at thegreengrowth.org. So all of those are channels through which people can, and and of course, I'm very active on LinkedIn. So people can reach us, and we'll be very happy to partner, both at the youth level, at the policymaker level, at the business end of it. Because we have to really, like I said, there can be incremental solution by expanding environmental portfolio. There's planting trees, we need to do that. There's clear the rubbish, no problem. But the great and the transformational solution lies in the different sectors. So we are trying to reach out, engage with business leaders and the business sector, so that, in terms of capacity building, talking about people that work in terms of building business models, let's see how we can build green growth business models that can work for different industry, for different sector. Yeah, already for the mining sector, we already have a plan of initiative we want to run on that. So we have so many avenues for partnership, which we really welcome. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. This has been incredible. This is a big message and a big impact, and you all can be part of it. I want to thank everybody for watching. Don't forget, use the forward and reverse buttons on your podcast. Your little platform does that, so you go back and listen to him. He's made some incredible, poverty of leadership. Where does that affect you? That's a phrase that you guys can't forget. I will never forget, and I will use, because it's important. We have it everywhere in the world, not just in Africa, not just in the USA. Don't forget my swag. You got hats, hoodies, T-shirts. The link for my swag will be in the show notes, as well as all of his contact information. Don't forget my TV show. It's Fridays at 2 p.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. Eastern on Roku, Apple TV, and all those different streaming services. And I want to thank you all again for watching and listening to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. We'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you.